Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're going to be diving into the patch notes. We got an update coming for World of Warships Legends. That's next Monday, the 26th. And there's a lot to cover, so we're going to dive right into it. But I make these videos for two reasons. Number one, so you guys are informed what's coming up. And I also like to get a lot of feedback from you guys so that I can kind of gauge where the coverage should focus on over the next few weeks. So let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments as you hear these new changes to the game coming. First up, Italian battleships in early access. Now, if you're new to the game, don't know what early access is, they're going to be giving you these battleship crates, these Italian battleship crates. You can get them through the campaign, just playing the game, and there's going to be, you know, first win bonuses on all the on certain ships. You can get them. That'll give you a chance to get these battleships that we're going to talk about in a moment, and then at the end of a 5-week period, I think it's the first week of March, second week of March, whatever it is, then this line will be available once you get to the Italian Tier 3 cruiser. You can split off into the battleship line. You can play them all the way up to Tier 7 for free. So my advice always is don't bother buying the battleship crates. They're trying to sweeten the pot this time a little bit. It says Tier 4 premium battleship Giulio Cesare, as we like to call it. That will be available in the big version of the crates. But again, I think that ship might be available in the store right now. I don't know. It's a good ship. I'm not going to deny that. But trying to get ships through crates is not smart, in my opinion. So take that with a grain of salt. Tier 7, when it's available, and it won't be available this update, it's going to be the Tier 3 through 6. But Tier 7 will be Vittorio Veneto. Okay, now all these have first name and last names. I'm just going to read the first name because I can't read Italian very well. Tier 3, Dante. Tier 4, Conte. Tier 5, Andrea, probably. I'm going to call it Andrea. And Tier 6, Francesco will be the ones that will be available to get. So you got a better chance to get the lower tier ones, worse chance to get the higher tier ones. But again, if you don't get them in the crates, no big deal. You can unlock them like you can any other line in about a month, in about 5 weeks. New mechanic, semi-AP shells, the SAP we've been looking for, but these are just for the secondary guns so far. So hopefully they're just trying to introduce the mechanic on the secondaries to get some data, see if they actually work properly, because we'd like to see them on the Italian cruisers and battleships, right? Make these lines a little bit more unique. It says these shells deal high damage when penetrating armor and no damage when they ricochet or shatter. And they don't cause fires or splash damage, so if you're not getting penetrating shots, basically they do no damage. Okay, so I don't know if they'll be the easiest shells if we ever get them to use on our main guns, but that's basically how the mechanic would work. Discount on the Italian premiums during the first week of the update. We got something called Gorizia, which we'll talk about later on. BB Roma's back as well. 750,000 global XP. But any other Italian premiums say they will be on sale for the first week, so keep an eye out for that. Azur Lane Wave 3. 6 commanders, 3 ships, same amount of skins, 3 skins, plus a couple of new flags. Okay. Now it says commanders will be available both standalone and through special crates. Usually, if you see one that you want, I would probably buy them just directly. I don't know if the old ones will be coming back or not, but check my channel if they do, because we got a lot of coverage on which ones you want. There's some good previous versions of these Azur Lane commanders, and these ones probably will be enticing as well. What do we got? US, we got something called Montpellier. Japan's going to have 3 of them, Azuma, Shikaku, and Yukikaze. The Soviets will get one, Aurora, and the Italians, Littorio. Now, what these guys do, or these gals, I suppose, who knows, we'll check them out when we get more info. But those will be the commanders. And it says all things Aurora, which again is the Soviet character. It says, I'm just going to read this to you. It says all things Aurora are available through a dedicated free bundle that includes the ship with the Northern Parliament flag and a special mission that offers the commander herself as a reward. So according to that, you can get some of that content for free, which would be nice. Pride of Prussia campaign. Tier 7 premium battleship Brandenburg. That's the next campaign ship. 100-mile, 5-week milestone, 5-week campaign. And from what you guys were telling me on the stream yesterday, Brandenburg, we can expect something along the lines of a Tirpitz Hall with Odin-type turrets. Could be interesting. Keep an eye out on that. I'm assuming a lot of the guys thought it had torps on it as well, but we'll see for sure. We'll undoubtedly be checking it out in the next day or two after the update drops. I'll give you a preview of the ship, of course. Stay tuned for that, and subscribe, of course, if you're not already, to keep up to date with everything coming. Cross-platform divisions and friends list. Check this out. Cross-platform divisions. And, of course, a friends list. Those are going to work exactly the same way as they currently do, but they just allow you to, let's say you're on PlayStation, now you can get your guys on the Xbox or vice versa. It says it does not cover mobile devices yet, while it's still in the beta test. Okay, so presumably they'll try and allow you to get the cross-play divisions going with mobile as well in the future. Yeah, okay. That's all we'll say on that. Dueling and Rank, this is the one I'm kind of looking forward to. 1v1, no carriers, 5 seasons, with the ships' tiers ascending each season. And what I think is interesting, the ship type matchmaking will allow for any combos. So you can be destroyer v cruiser or battleship. You can be cruiser or destroyer. You can be cruiser, and you might be paired against cruiser, destroyer, battleship, or battleship. And once again, all 3 of those. So that's what that's intriguing to me. I've been looking forward to 1v1 rank for a while and analyzing what ships are going to be kind of the most powerful at each tier. That's something I'm already kind of thinking about a little bit, and we'll do some coverage on that coming up soon, so stay tuned for that as well. Double Bureau. Okay, so we got the Minotaur coming to the Bureau now, and if you're currently playing the game, you know it's the campaign reward ship. If you get it through the campaign now, you can get the project, but it's going to be 50 million credits waiting for you instead of the Minotaur, which frankly, the 50 million credits is pretty good, especially for a guy as poor as me in credits these days. So I'm gaining back. I think I got about 30 million right now, but nowhere near my height of 200,000. So that'll help getting us back in the black. All right. And then there's another project, Tier 7 Kaga. That's right. We're going to have a aircraft carrier Tier 7 in the Bureau. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. And important to note, both the Holiday Bureau and the Dragon Fleet projects are going to go away as soon as the new update hits. So if you have not completed those, they will go away unless you put just a couple seconds worth of research time into them. So let's say you're currently researching the Yamato, and you desperately want that, but you want to get the Holiday Bureau and the Dragon Fleet project, Bureau projects completed in the future, which of course you should. You want to do all the projects eventually. Then what you do, you change your project from the Yamato to the Holiday Bureau for 5 seconds, let it accumulate a few points. Then you change it over to Dragon Fleet for 5 seconds, let it accumulate. Then you change it back to Yamato, if that's what you want to do. You're not going to lose any progress in the Yamato, but now you got some points into both of these, and now they will not go away, okay? Because if you don't do that, then you will not be able to complete those projects. Lunar New Year's celebrations. We got 2 themed skins: Courage for Luoyang and Fury for Huanghe. It says yes, that's a new ship coming up. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Luoyang for Green XP. That was the rumor that's been going around. 750,000 global XP only until March 7th. All right, so they're trying to cash in on the Luoyang. It's a good ship, but spend your money wisely, friends. Spend your money wisely. Huanghe, Pan-Asian Tier 5 Premium Cruiser with the smoke generator and a torpedo reload booster. Interesting, because currently we don't have Asian Cruiser Commander. Now, when the Luoyang initially dropped, am I remembering this correctly? I don't think there was a specific Asian commander right out of the gate. I'm hoping they don't pull that again here. Hopefully we get at least one new cruiser commander here to go along with this ship. If not, I'll probably negatively mark that down in my review, but we'll see what happens. It doesn't say either way. Gorizia, Tier 6 Heavy Cruiser of the Zara class Italian. Alright, so we'll be covering that as well. That one we mentioned earlier. Here's special win bonuses for first win of the update from Tier 4 to Legendary Tier. At Tier 4, you get 2 Regina Marina camos. Tier 5, you get 1,000 global XP for the first one. Tier 6 Italian battleship crate, presumably the small one, without the chance to get the Giulio. And Tier 7, 1 promotion order, so you can get 1 promotion order for first win on all Tier 7s. Those do add up. I would take the time to try and get those, especially if you're relatively early in your commander upgrade progress. And legendary tier ships, 1 winter big crate for your first win on each of those. Excuse me. They're changing the cost of all Tier 6 premiums to 12,500 doubloons, down from 15,000 on some of them. Okay, so lowering the cost a little bit for some of those ships. Maps. We got new maps here. 3 new maps added for Tier 6, 7, and Legendary tier. Islands of Ice, Shatter, and Warrior's Path. And it says there's new domination mode scenarios added for Greece and Hotspot. Now, both of those maps already have domination mode, but they're probably, you know, if they already have a 4-cap domination mode, they'll add a 3-cap one or vice versa. So those are more domination mode scenarios for my teammates to ignore the caps in. That'll be good. Balance changes, Woosta. I'm just going to read the whole thing here. Legendary Light American Cruiser was often dismissed for performance because it didn't feel up to par with what Cleveland could achieve at Tier 7. As her popularity has continued to wane, we thought it might just be trying to do something dramatic, I think is what they're trying to say. Let's see if we've overdone it. Alright, well, let's see what they did. Main battery reload decreased from 6 to 4.6. Fire chance, 10 to 12%. HE pen, 25 to 30 millimeters. Turning circle radius, 750 down to 740. Radar reload time shaves a minute off, 180 seconds to 120. Shell grouping increased by 2.6. That's a buff. Woosta. The Woosta's back. Alaska. Main battery shell dispersion circle increased by about 12% on average. Says it's less dramatic than it looks, with the biggest accuracy hit coming at shorter distances. AP shell armor piercing decreased by 0.5%. Shell grouping increased by 2.5%. So a couple of adjustments to the aim. One dramatically, well, it says it's less dramatic than it looks, but it looks dramatic. Like a dramatic increase to the dispersion, but the grouping actually improves as well. Tier 6 York, German cruiser. Main battery reload time decreased from 12 seconds to 10. And AP shell max damage 5,500 goes to 6,000. Nice little buff for the York. That's been buffed about 2, maybe even 3 times at this point in time. I think the York's coming into stride. We better start giving that more consideration. And that's currently what I might be looking at for my Tier 6 1v1 ship. But stay tuned. I'm still thinking about those ships, and we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive when the time is right. Stalingrad. Uh-oh, meta. Look out. AP shell max damage decreased from 8,500 to 8,000. Fire duration on the Stalingrad increased from 30 seconds to 45. Double nerf. Not huge, but not insignificant. Here, aircraft carriers, I don't even understand what this says. Increased delay after attack for all dive bombers by 1 second, and decreased attack cooldown for dive bombers by 1 second. So players have more time to observe the results of their bombing run. The cooldown for the attack itself remains the same. I don't know what that means. We'll try it and see if we can figure it out. Mobile version, they are making some changes to that. I know most of you don't have it, but those of you playing the beta, a lot of them are how the stuff looks on the screen, making this a little bit smaller, making this a little bit bigger. The one that really stands out to me, because it was a huge problem, added target cycling on tap. This means if you have multiple targets in the same vicinity, tapping on the same target multiple times will cycle the target focus between the available targets. So, assuming that works as intended, that's a nice change, because that was a major problem with the mobile version. But anyway, that's all the changes. Now, there's a lot to go through on that one. But once again, let me know what you guys are thinking upon completion. What are you excited about? What are you not so excited about? Let me know in the comments. Looking forward to reading all the responses. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. Both of those do help the channel out quite a bit, so I appreciate it whenever possible. That's going to do it, guys. We'll talk to you later, peace.